Now, focus is back on the big story. General elections in Bangladesh to be held in the month of February next year. Bangladesh's Chief Election Commissioner Nasir has said that the upcoming 13th Jatiya Sansad National Parliamentary Elections will be held in the first half of the February next year. This is after the political instability in Bangladesh has created quite an uproar, also putting in fact the focus on the kind of instability that is there, as people also express their mistrust in the governance in Bangladesh. Now joining me live on the telecast is my colleague Aditya Vadavan to share more details. Aditya, the big statement has come in by the Election Commission in Bangladesh, which has said that the next year is going to witness the elections of the general elections in Bangladesh in the month of February.
Well, absolutely. Indeed, it is a very, very big development that the Election Commission of Bangladesh has said that now the elections in Bangladesh will be, held in the next year in the month of February. Indeed, everybody is now, will closely watch what happens in the Bangladeshi elections because, since this interim government led by Mohammad Yunus has come to power, there has been an immense sort of chaos across Bangladesh. Killings, arsonings are becoming a routine thing, and there is a complete state of lawlessness at this juncture. And now, after the arresting of the key leaders of the Awami League, of which Sheikh Hasina's party, now the only main principal party that remains in Bangladesh is the Bangladesh National Party, which is headed by the Khalida Zia. And she is known to have an anti-India push on several occasions. So it will be very now interesting to watch, whether now it appears as if that there is no opposition at this juncture to match the popularity of the Bangladesh National Party and the Khalida Zia. So now it needs to be seen where will the Bangladeshi elections go when it happens in the month of February next year. Yes, Simran.
All right, Aditya, thank you very much for these details. I also have my guest joining me live on the broadcast, international affairs expert, Mr. Arvind Tejawat, and Karori Singh also join me live on the broadcast. Mr. Karori, in fact, let me first ask you this as we speak of the election scenario in Bangladesh and how after the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, the current situation of the political discourse in Bangladesh looks like. The election comes months after the former Prime Minister was ousted in power last year in the month of August, which was following the students' protest, and now the country is run by the interim government headed by the chief advisor Mohammad Yunus. Now, as the elections that are going to be held in next year February were also predicted sometime back as well, the formal notification has come now. Do you think that Bangladesh conducting elections right now is going to be even more helpful at the situation which stands of reflecting the political instability and the mistrust of the voters in the governance scenario?
देखिए, you see, madam, you have asked so many questions in your comment. The first question is Bangladesh politics had been competition or sometimes confrontation between two political forces. One led by Bengali cultural identity, other one is the religious identity, and that is happening since the colonial days. But during last 1 year, all the forces, both the Bengali cultural forces and the religious and Islamic identity forces, they came together against Hasina. What they referred is the arbitrariness of the Hasina. So they came together in July, August last year. And that led the ousting of Hasina. And then there had started demand for the elections as soon as possible. And then the chief advisor told that elections can be held after some constitutional changes, and he has appointed so many commissions, and he tried to make a convergence of all the reports of the commissions, and ultimately he has announced elections for the February next year. So now the situation is somewhat coming anarchic in the sense the students who led the movement. In fact, Bangladesh is the unique case in South Asia in terms of the role of university. Dhaka University played a critical role in political movement since the colonial days and thereafter as well. So the students, those who are leading the movement against Hasina, they formed their separate party because they are disappointed with main political parties, BNP and the Jamaat-e-Islami. Jamaat-e-Islami is talking about the Islamic identity to reinforce the Islamic identity. And I don't think that will be acceptable to the Bengali cultural identity, which is still strong. Then the BNP is trying to make a balance, and then the student leaders are expecting something major change in the economic structure and policies of the government. So there can be a sort of triangle contest, and in which I think student leaders, the National Citizen Party may take a lead in the forthcoming elections, but still there are major changes are expected in the Bangladeshi politics and political structure. I don't know what type of political changes will be there, but that will happen after the elections, because which political party forms the government, I don't think any single political party will be able to form the government. Maybe some type of coalition. Again, we can expect then the period of political instability in Bangladesh politics. Right, ma'am?
Well, all right. In fact, Mr. Singh, thank you very much for these comments. And I also have my other guest, Mr. Arvind Tejawat, with me live on the broadcast. Now, Mr. Tejawat, appreciate you joining me live as well. We see that after the declaration has come, it has also been maintained that in a scenario like Bangladesh, the brief idea about the timeline of the upcoming elections that was shared, right now the Chief Election Commissioner also said that it will be a major challenge to conduct the polls in a free and fair manner, given the kind of condition in which the people have lost their trust in the system, how elections have conducted. What, according to you, are going to be the key challenges right now, given the state of affairs of political discourse in Bangladesh?
Simran, you are right. When the Bangladesh Election Commission chief is saying that the fair election is really a challenging task for him, then he is right. But I believe that if we see the Indian perspective, then the status quo is more dangerous if we are getting a government after election, which is of course not doing in favor of India, but at least the government should not be maintaining the present scenario. So what I believe that it is of course doubtful that the fair election will be happen or not. And we also know that the tenure of the Bangladesh Election Commissioner is totally dependent on a mercy and salt of the Bangladesh country head, and which is Yunus Sahab. So I doubt that the major opposition party, the Sheikh Hasina's party, Awami League, will contest in an election, because already the present government has created lots of barrier in contesting her in an election. So I doubt that a fair election will be happen, but still the status quo is more dangerous and more better for Indian perspective to maintain. So it is fine if they are conducting an election, but I told you, Sangran, that it's always doubtful that it will be the fair.
All right, Arvind Tejawat, thank you very much, sir, for being with us live on the telecast. And now it's time to shift our focus to other developments. The Indian Railways' first freight train